guys, back again. This is my WWE Off the Mic episode 4. In this episode I've got loads of news on The Undertaker, Vince McMahon, Titus O'Neil, Kevin Owens and Braun Strowman. So yeah, over the last week or so there's been quite a few updates with like WrestleMania plans and just general things that have gone on in the WWE. And first thing I wanted to get to was obviously this past Tuesday it was announced that Titus O'Neil has been suspended for 90 days for like misconduct or whatever towards Vince McMahon. Basically on Raw he at the Daniel Bryan ceremony thing for his retirement, he apparently pulled Vince McMahon's arm, and that was enough to get him suspended 90 days. So yeah, don't know where the logic is in that. I kind of think Vince McMahon is, I thought he'd lost his marbles like halfway, but he's truly has lost them all the way. If his ideas towards WrestleMania matches weren't bad enough, like what the fuck is wrong with him? Like what is he doing? It's just like he's literally gone insane. He also, another thing on Vince McMahon is he wants to be involved in the main event at WrestleMania, like biggest WrestleMania of all time. He's obviously gonna have his face in the main event. The latest news on that though is obviously the main event that's still planned is Triple H versus Roman Reigns for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, with the rumours going around that there will be Vince and Stephanie in Triple H's corner and The Rock and Ronda Rousey in Roman Reigns' corner, which would be huge. There's so many factors that could go into this main event. There's Vince and Stephanie in Triple H's corner, The Rock and Ronda Rousey in Roman Reigns' corner. There's the other option is there's the possibility of Shawn Michaels being the special guest referee, which would be huge. Or they could just mungle it up into one massive thing. I think with doing that you could take a lot of the spotlight off of the match, which if it's your main event at the biggest WrestleMania of all time, it's not ideally what you want to be doing. So I don't know which way they're going to go with it. I'm presuming Vince will be there. The Rock will be at WrestleMania, obviously, as everyone knows, and in my opinion, I think he'll have something to do with the main event, because one, he could be in the main event, in some way to help Roman Reigns, but he could further build towards next year's WrestleMania, where you could have that match with Triple H that they've been building for a while now. So, and then with Shawn Michaels as a special guest referee, if you really wanted, if they wanted to continue. Thing is, the last couple of months, as everyone knows, the Authority have been against Roman Reigns trying to take the belt off him, at whatever cost type of thing. But like, if they're gonna keep doing that, they've already ruined it. They've ruined that plan already, because the thing is, the Monday after Triple H won the WWE title at the Royal Rumble, if they you can have Roman Reigns versus Triple H at WrestleMania in the main event, and the Authority still be hell-bent on Reigns not winning. That's where Shawn Michaels being the referee could help. You have a favourable ref for Triple H, you have Vince and Stephanie at ringside, you have everything against Reigns. The thing that's ruined it though is on the Monday Night Raw after the Royal Rumble, you basically, Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose beat the League of Nations in a tag team match, and Stephanie came out and literally went, "Oh well, Roman Reigns, here's your opportunity back." And it's like, wait a minute, you were trying to do everything to take the belt off him, have him fired if he lost. Like, where the fuck is, like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, WWE are hell-bent on, it doesn't matter to them if stuff makes sense. It's just a business decision, and if it needs to be done, they won't build the story around it to make it look like real, So I don't know how they'll go with go with that. At this point, I don't know. It's the match could be really good between the two, because I think that they could have some really good in-ring chemistry. But I just wonder if it's going to be ruined. I hope not, but we'll see. The update on Braun Strowman I wanted to get to, because this is like the best news I've ever heard. It is that Braun Strowman versus The Undertaker will not happen, likely will not happen, because of the fan backlash it's received online and just publicly. Because obviously, again, Vince McMahon losing his marbles has had the idea of Braun Strowman versus The Undertaker. Why? Why would you ever have that, first of all? Like, what went off in your brain to ever think of it, let alone want it? So that's likely not to happen, which is that's like 5 Christmases all in one. But the thing they're planning on doing with Braun Strowman is having Braun Strowman receive a massive push after WrestleMania, and in the summer they want to build Braun Strowman. They'll probably take him away from the Wyatt family and build Braun Strowman as the next big heel in the company for the next few years. And the latest news is having Braun Strowman in the summertime, probably at SummerSlam, in his first, because he'll be getting a push just before that, in his first big match at SummerSlam as the big heel. They want him to go one-on-one with Brock Lesnar, which would be like huge. That would be a huge match, because obviously if he's going to receive the push after WrestleMania, they've got a few months to build him for SummerSlam. And obviously he'll probably have individual matches in between them, because he can't go up against Lesnar with no matches on his CV. Basically, he needs to be involved in some matches. He'll probably have one of those streaks where he's just plowing through people left, right, and center. Face Brock Lesnar, and the ultimate way they want to go about it, that I've been reading about, is they want Braun Strowman as like I said, the next big heel in the WWE for the next few years, and they want a heel Braun Strowman as this massive guy who's just dominating, versus at the time the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, who will be Roman Reigns. So they want Braun Strowman to build up his character and have a match with Brock Lesnar, and then after that go on to face Roman Reigns for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship and have a rivalry between those two. I know to a lot of fans that doesn't sound brilliant, but if Braun Strowman's ability, there's a lot of people that are really high on him in WWE. If his ability really is that great, obviously we have no idea. He could turn out to be amazing. We have no idea. This is why we don't want him against The Undertaker, because if it doesn't work out and we have no idea, that's one of the worst decisions ever. After WrestleMania, if we see him and the fans know he can be really good, then obviously having him in a match with Brock Lesnar will get fans a lot more excited than it would if he hadn't had a match before. And then further that into a match with Roman Reigns for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, because if Reigns wins the triple threat, which is likely, and then obviously it's likely he'll go on to beat Triple H for the WWE Championship, it's said that Roman Reigns' win at WrestleMania would be the beginning of his first long WWE title reign. So the first two was 5 minutes for the first one, when Sheamus cashed in Money in the Bank, and then the second one was, a month and a bit. So the rumours are that his first long title reign is going to be at WrestleMania when he wins the belt back. So then have that go on through the summer, and then have a Braun Strowman build up his character and have that as a feud later on in the year. So see how that one pans out. I think it could be good if he's got the ability that everyone's so high on. If not, it'll just be a huge bust. But we'll see on that one. About The Undertaker at WrestleMania, there's a lot of rumours going around that it's going to be a surprise opponent, an opponent a lot of people don't think it could be. That could either be, that says two things to me. It'll either be a huge name that they just brought back to the company that a lot of people have no idea about. But I think that's the second most likely. I think the most likely is that the surprise name will be John Cena, because obviously it's not a surprise in the fact that they wanted that match and fans know that, but it could be a surprise in terms of a lot of fans don't think Cena will be there, which is validated obviously because of his injury. But myself included, with a lot of WWE fans, do think that John Cena is going to make it for WrestleMania, and I think they could be building that as him being that major surprise, even though it was expected. I think that'll be the match, even if it's a 50% John Cena, even if it's not 100%. I think it'll be John Cena versus The Undertaker. The news though about that was, and it's been rejected, which obviously if they know deep down that Cena's going to be able to make it, I'm totally fine with this. Basically, they rejected a chance for Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens has pitched to the WWE an idea of him facing The Undertaker. Kevin Owens has gone to WWE and said, I want to face The Undertaker, and they've rejected that idea. So if they know Cena is going to make it, I'm fine with them rejecting that idea. That's totally fine. If it's not going to be John Cena, why? Kevin Owens would be an amazing opponent then. So if they have Cena or some huge name that they know will make it, that's totally fine. If they don't, and they're still wondering with a few weeks to go, Kevin Owens would be amazing. And if they rejected that and then settle for less than that, I would be so pissed. It's unreal. I think if you can't get a John Cena, a Kurt Angle, if you can't get that top level, top name to face the Undertaker doesn't wrestle nobodies. He wrestles top names. The last few, like Batista, your Triple H's, Shawn Michaels, Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton's, CM Punk's, just huge names. And Braun Strowman or anyone of that caliber, or even a bit above that, it's not going to work. Kevin Owens is building into one of those huge names, and he might not be like a Triple H, Shawn Michaels at this point, but having the match at WrestleMania will elevate him. Whether he wins or loses, obviously he'd probably lose. You'd think he'd lose, but even losing, he's so young that it'll further his career. Whereas a Triple H, Shawn Michaels, if they lost the Undertaker, it was devastating. Owens, it'll just further his career and put him to the top even quicker. So, yeah, hopefully it's Cena or someone huge. Otherwise, Owens would have been perfect. I would have preferred Owens over Jericho and Styles, because Jericho's just recently come back, Styles has just recently signed, and Owens has been here for a while now. So I think that would be better, but we'll see how that goes. Literally, I have no idea at this point. I do believe Cena's going to make it, because I think a less than 100% Cena, he would want to wrestle at this year's WrestleMania, even if he's 50%. Vince McMahon at 50% would want him to wrestle. Undertaker at 50% would want him over most guys backstage. So, and it's the biggest WrestleMania. He's going to do everything he can to make it. He's apparently already been back in the gym lifting weights. So, at this point, he is a bit like Superman, John Cena. So, that's why I believe he could make it. So, yeah, that pretty much covers it. Obviously, I talked about the main event for WrestleMania. One other thing is they could be... I still think it's probably likely that Brock Lesnar will go up against the Wyatt family, because if he didn't, that would just leave the Wyatt family in a huge mess and hole for WrestleMania with just nothing. But the rumours are that it's either going to be Lesnar versus the Wyatts and Ambrose versus a Jericho or Styles, or the big rumour at the minute is Ambrose Lesnar. Obviously they've arguably been building towards that a lot more than Reigns, been in the match. They've basically on Raw gone about it as if the match at Fastlane is Ambrose versus Lesnar. They've totally not included Reigns, which is WWE writing at its best. I mean, I don't want to get into that because I'll rant on for like an hour about that. But the last 2 Monday Night Raws, it's been Lesnar, Ambrose, and apparently they could be building towards that. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, I would absolutely love that match, and I would love that, if they do go in that direction. Obviously, I don't think it'd be for the Intercontinental title because Brock Lesnar doesn't do Intercontinental Championships, but what a great match to have if they go in that direction. As long as they get Bray Wyatt covered, Wyatt needs a huge match and a win. This is why I could see. This is why I actually may agree with Bray Wyatt not facing Brock Lesnar. Would I want the match? Do I want the match to happen? Yeah, it'd be amazing. But Bray Wyatt needs a win at WrestleMania. One to, just show the fans that WWE really is going to push him, and he is one of the next big heels. But 2, he just needs it for him because he needs a WrestleMania moment. And I'd love for you guys to let me know in the comments. Do you honestly believe Bray Wyatt would beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania? I mean, what are the chances of it? Very slim. If you can cover Bray Wyatt in another match, that would be amazing. That would be brilliant because I would actually lean towards Ambrose Lesnar more in the fact that they're building towards it so much already. They've got both guys going at it on Monday Night Raw, and you could have Reigns win the triple threat, go on to face Triple H, win the WWE title, but have Lesnar versus Ambrose in a non-title match at WrestleMania in a number 1 contenders match. You have that as the number 1 contenders match for the WWE title, Reigns win that, and then obviously that it sets up perfectly for what they're doing now between all 3 guys. You could have Lesnar Reigns or Ambrose Reigns, and that's where you could potentially turn one of them heel after WrestleMania. If Ambrose was the guy to beat Lesnar, then you could have them have a match at the next pay-per-view. Reigns would probably defend the title, but then Ambrose turn on Reigns. Or if Lesnar's not going to lose, you could have Lesnar go over Ambrose, Lesnar face Reigns, and then even then Ambrose try and screw Reigns out of it, through like jealousy or something like that. There's a lot of ways they could go with it. I'm not sure. I think it'll be Lesnar Wyatt, but if they went in the Ambrose Lesnar way, there's a lot of ways they could do it. But I think it has to involve turning one of Reigns or Ambrose heel. So we'll see how that one goes. This was episode 4 of WWE Off the Mic. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to comment down below, subscribe, and like the video. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.